It's Cage right here on your classic metal show with Hell Destroyer. And just before that, we heard Manowar with Hail. Hail, hail and kill. And I say hail and kill to my very good friend, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
Pumped up, little bit of a buzz, ready to rock.
Well, I talked to you about an hour ago, and you were not quite at the pinnacle of pumped yet. So what did you do in the last hour to get you stoked?
Sang Beatles tunes.
Does that work?
It did. I'm all kinds of fired up now.
So did, what is it, Helter Skelter get you pumped, or I just want to hold your hand? Dude,
all of that would be way too heavy for what got me pumped up. Instead, it's actually posted on the CMS Facebook, me singing Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah, Yesterday.
Nice.
All heavy and shit.
So you did the metalized version of Yesterday.
No, not at all. I did the I Wish I Was Paul McCartney and Had His Money version.
Yeah.
Just did it. Just, me, dude. I go opposite to get me in the right frame of mind, and now I'm in the right frame of mind. I'm ready to rock.
Well, if you had Paul McCartney money, just think of how many chicks you could marry and divorce, and you still have a lot of money.
Oh, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Except I wouldn't marry and divorce them. I would just tell them I would.
Well, you could have a new wife every week.
Yeah, well, kind of do now.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to act legit.
Yeah, I guess so.
But that's far beyond a reasonable thought for Chris Aiken to actually be legit in a relationship.
Nope. I have no desire at all to have a legit relationship right now.
Right. Well, did you enjoy the bumper? Did you enjoy the opening sequence? Wheezy has been so good about grabbing audio from the show and putting it into bumper form. And last week he had put together that what he called Aiken's Crazy Bitches.
Yeah, I like that. It was good.
And he felt he did a subpar job on it, so he did a remix and sent it over. So I thought, what the heck? Let's just make it part of the show opener tonight.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Wheezy's awesome. He really is.
Awesome.
We don't give him enough credit.
Well, he doesn't want credit, though.
Yeah, but he deserves credit. Well, he does a fucking stellar thing for us.
I agree, but he has been very explicit in the email. Enough with the praise, dude. Enough.
All right, well, Wheezy sucks a dick. Fucking terrible.
So,
wish we could get a real producer, as Michael Butler said. We don't need a fake one anymore.
Yeah. By the way, they don't even have a producer. It's a fake producer.
Fake producer. Fucking idiot.
All right. Well, anyway, we are back on the Classic Metal Show tonight. We got kind of a heavy show for you.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a new band, sort of a super group, sort of, kind of.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
It's called Death Dealer.
Love it.
Featuring, of course, Ross the Boss, who's been a guest on the show at least 3 times that I remember.
Would we call him a friend of the show at this point?
I think so. I think he likes us.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And then we got Sean Peck of Cage fame on the show tonight.
Dude, anytime you can have Sean Peck on the show, then you got to love that, because Sean Peck knows how to sing.
Well, when Sean Peck is on the show, Sean Peck is not ashamed to bring it.
Sean Peck knows how to promote Sean Peck.
Right.
That's all I know.
Exactly. So those guys are going to be guests on the show tonight. And the new Death Dealer, it's a slammin' new disc.
It's great.
And where does it rank in your top CDs of the year so far? Is it in the top 10 or in the top 20?
Definitely top 10.
Top 10.
Definitely top 10. I mean, dude, my stupid top 10 keeps changing. My top 1 changes every week anymore right now.
Well, that's because there's so many late in the year releases coming out.
And just so many good ones. I mean, literally my number 1 album has changed like 4 times in 5 weeks. As of this moment, number 1 would be the new Spiral Arms.
Right.
Fuck it. Did I send you that?
Yes, you did. I haven't played any of it yet, but I do have the folder.
We will be playing some of that tonight. That just rules.
Sure.
But Vistacino was my number 1 for a while. Scorpion Child was number 1 for a while. I don't know where it's going to come because I haven't heard the whole thing yet, but the songs that I've heard from the Metal Church makes me think that could be number 1.
Oh, yeah. I have just been digging on just the 2 songs alone.
Those two songs are fucking really good.
Yeah, they are. They are classic metal church, and it basically wipes the memory of this present wasteland out of my mind.
Yeah, it does. Jackal 1 had another really good one that I haven't even given you yet, called Earth and Grave. Earth and Grave.
Okay.
That fucking rips too, man. That's really good. So there's a lot of really good stuff right now.
Well, I'm, you know what a big metal church fan I am, and I can't wait for that to come out. But
I'm told we'll have it next week.
Yeah, but we have had the good fortune of having a lot of other stuff to dig on, and through the year. So how does this year stack up to previous years as far as releases are concerned for you?
Definitely better than last year.
Oh, last year was dog shit.
Did we not even do a top 20 last year because it was not 20 things that we liked?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Last year was not very good at all. This year, very strong. I would say this is probably the strongest year since like
07?
Yeah, somewhere in there. 07, maybe 09. I sort of whichever year had the Jeff Scott Soto.
That was 07.
Yeah, that with the not Lost in Translation. Was that 07 already?
Yeah.
Fuck, where's this time going?
That's when the Metal Church came out.
Yeah,
Light in the Dark, and that was a tough year to pick a top 10.
Sure, and and dude, even stuff I know we try to not do live albums into our top 20, but I gotta possibly think that I might break the rules this year and go with that Testament fucking live record, that new one.
Yeah,
unfucking believable how good that is. I mean, so good. Have you heard that? Did I give you that?
You did, but I've been kind of preoccupied this week, so I haven't had time to filter through everything and listen to new stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. There's just a lot of good stuff right now, man. It's been a good year. Death Dealer has been really, really good. There's a lot of good shit out there.
But it's a lot of heavy rip your face off stuff. But the thing I like about it is, even though it's heavy and just brutal, a lot of it is melodic.
Yeah, definitely is.
So yeah. I'm digging on this year's music so far, just because it's just brutal but melodic at the same time, and that's a nice balance.
Yeah, it's been good. And looking toward early 14, there's a lot of good stuff coming. We already know about the Benedictum, and we've already heard half of that. Yep. So we know that fucking slays, and there's going to be a new Priest record, and they're going to be trying to make some kind of a statement, with a brand new album, because was their last studio album that piss ass fucking Nostradamus?
It was Nostradamus.
So they got to make a statement after that.
Sure.
And they got to make a statement to KK Downing saying, "Hey, fuck you, pal."
Right.
Stop talking shit about us.
they gotta have the Forgive Us record.
They do, and you know what? Priest has always kind of been good for that.
Mm-hmm.
Of following up a crappy record with a decent one.
Sure.
So, I can't wait, man. Yeah, another good one in there that just got mentioned, Fortress from Alter Bridge. That fucking rocks too.
And the thing is I've never been a Creed fan, but this doesn't remind me anything of Creed.
No, not at all. It's a good record. We're actually going to have Miles Kennedy on the show. We're supposed to next week, I think. So,
okay.
Miles, who also sings for Slash.
Sure.
And is a friend of mine. We're gonna check in with Miles to see what's
dropper.
Well, yeah, I know.
Name dropper.
Well, I was supposed to chat with my friend Miles this week,
right?
But unfortunately, he was a little busy with Conan O'Brien, so we had to take a slight back burner to doing Conan. But he promised he'll do something this week.
Yeah. Oh well, when you're done dropping names, we can continue with this conversation.
Well, dude. I mean, much like Sean Peck, Chris Aiken has to promote Chris Aiken sometimes.
Right.
And the way Chris Aiken promotes Chris Aiken is by throwing other people's names out there.
Sure.
That promote Chris Aiken.
Right. All right. Well, let's kind of recap last week's show a little bit.
All right.
We had in-studio guest, the V from Benedictum.
Right.
And that show seemed to have gone over very well. I thought it moved along extremely quick.
Yeah.
And it was just back to back to back, belly gut-busting laughter.
A lot of feedback that people thought it was one of the best shows we've done in about 5 years.
Well, it helps to have, you know, if you're going to include a female on the mic for an entire show, it helps to have one that thinks and acts and has the sense of humor of a guy.
Yeah.
And as far as introspective thinking goes, I particularly enjoyed the last segment of the show.
Oh, when we were talking about the business itself?
About the music business and how Veronica was real uncomfortable at first. She didn't want to address anything, and then she started kind of easing up and kind of getting into the conversation.
Sure.
And how we kind of put her on the spot where we were discussing that one of our Chris from, I think he was from out west, saying that he bought a membership to Eddie Trunk.
Yeah.
So he could, you know, hear interviews and stuff, and he was highly, I wish you had your disappointed clip, but disappointed. Exactly. And her saying, well, you know, Eddie, you know, and they were just like, well, how would you like it if we took this show and put it online, iTunes or whatever, and sold it for $5?
Yeah.
Well, do I get any of it? No. Oh, well, no, I don't think I would like that.
Yeah, of course not, because he's ripping you off.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, it was interesting to have an artist, especially somebody who has to fight tooth and nail in the business,
right,
to make a dent, because, you know, Benedictum is as great of a band as they are, and as much as we enjoy them and like their music,
yeah,
they're not being promoted. They got no money behind them.
No.
And they're like the classic metal show that everything they do comes out of pocket.
Yeah.
And they go home broke after a short tour.
Psycho Postman in the chat room. That was great when Chris grilled V about being masturbated.
Exactly. My coworker this week was walking around pretending he had a invisible iPad in front of his face as he walked around the office.
God damn, that's funny.
I said, what are you doing? He says, I'm looking at my iPad, dude.
I don't know where this shit comes from in my head, but I thought that was actually kind of funny, though.
Oh, it is. It's very funny.
You know, it was like, believe me, I don't think I've ever heard Veronica been challenged about that question.
Well, who's gonna? Well, see, again, this has to do with the fact that she's female, obviously, and women don't get asked those direct kind of questions.
Nope, they definitely don't.
They don't. You know, even as derogatory as some guys can be, she or most females never get hit up with a direct question like that. You know, you're a sex symbol. What do you think of that? Yeah.
Do you know that people are spanking to you?
Right.
I thought that was a legitimate question.
I thought it was. I mean, she obviously poses in very provocative poses for their promotional shots and stuff. So what else could you think?
Yeah. You know, we think people go, oh, she's pretty.
Yeah. Oh, she's cute.
Yeah, she's cute. Next picture.
Yeah, right.
No, that's not what happens.
I don't see that happening either.
Of course not. They see those big titties and they wish that they were blowing a load on them.
Okay, I guess that would be an accurate assessment.
I think so.
So having her live in the studio last week was quite a pleasure, quite an experience, and the fact that she just liked to play along. And I think the biggest part that she added to the show last week was just a continuous laugh track.
Oh, dude, her laughing. You know, now we could talk about this a little bit more. Her laughing. And you laughing when I was doing the thing with the German guy made that shit so fucking hard to do.
If you've been in the studio here,
yeah,
she was literally on her stomach with her face buried in her arms. She was on the floor laughing. I mean, she was, you know, people say, I fell off my chair. I was laughing so hard. She was literally fell off the couch, and she was literally had her face buried in the carpeting, just dying laughing. And she could hear everything because she was wearing headphones.
Yeah, and ironically, then about an hour later, you had your face buried in the carpeting.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
That didn't happen.
No? No. I thought the German segment was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, it was good. It was
I
real
love
good.
that. I listened back to that probably 10 times this week myself.
And then, of course, the real Jeff Tate segment was just off the hook.
Yeah, that was beyond awful.
It was completely off the hook.
Yeah.
But the whole show last week was definitely top shelf.
Yeah, it was old school. It really, you know what? To me, it was old school. It was the way we used to do it.
Right.
Just fucking killing. But it was like the second half of most shows that we used to do in the old days.
Sure.
Like from start to finish.
Yep.
It was on fire. I loved it.
Well, you know, the interesting thing is that she really didn't know what to expect.
How could she not? Doesn't she? She listens to the podcast.
She does listen to the podcast, but being in the live environment to where you have to be a participant, and you're on the spot and you have to respond. I mean, sitting back and listening is one thing.
Sure.
But being part of the show, that's a whole different dynamic in itself.
Yeah, it is. And maybe because we do it so often, we don't think about it, but the quickness that you have to have is difficult.
It is.
You know, it's definitely difficult. And I'll bet you she because she said this to you and me separately, you know, on separate discussions. She believed that we did some of this shit scripted.
Yeah, everything was scripted.
Yeah, she thought that we set up anything. And then I'm sure she probably saw that nothing was set up.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Well, you know, and I'm not going to discuss the reason why she was here.
Yeah.
But her basically her attitude was, I wish I could do something on that level.
Well, she could.
But, you know, again, it's for, you know, you and I have been doing this going on 20 years now.
Sure.
But for someone who's a novice and really hasn't had that opportunity to be creative in that outlet, it's like, man, that is a monumental task. How do you do that?
Well, for anybody to do it, and specifically Veronica knowing how she is a little bit without sharing conversations or whatever, the first thing Veronica would have to do is lose inhibitions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because she leads with what will people think instead of gives a fuck what people think.
Well, that again, and she and I had a couple of lunch conversations, and we talked about that imaginary line.
Yeah.
And I said, there is no line.
None.
I said, it may not be your line, but it'll be somebody's line, and you're going to hear about it if you know, you say something one of your listeners disagree with or finds distasteful or whatever. You crossed the line.
Yeah.
And,
well, and I mean, look, the reality is everybody does have a line, you know, sort of a line, but what we do is we don't care about each other's line even. I mean, believe me, I can point to the Squirter show and know that crossed your line of what you want on the show.
Yeah, you're right about that. I'll admit that.
But at the same time, it was never a don't do it again. It was a, you know, that fucking sucked that you did that. you know, it was not a you crossed the line. It was, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
You know, and that's fine. You know, and, you know, the birthday show was another one.
I think the birthday show was way worse than the Squirter show.
Oh, yeah.
And to be honest with you, I'm happy that audio got lost. I really am.
With you, I'm kind of happy it did too.
I mean, you were off the hook.
I think there was probably legal things that could have been wrong if that audio would have surfaced.
Yeah, I agree.
That was really bad. That's a lost episode that no one's ever going to know.
Yeah, that was probably the most uncomfortable I've ever been in doing this show with you. And I realized that you were blacked out drunk while you were doing it.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Well, and I'm not using that as an excuse, but if you were in your right mind, that would have never happened.
If I was just drunk, I would have been horrified.
Sure.
You know, believe me, I know. But, you know, look, I spent months on an apology tour to different people from that club.
Right.
You know, apologizing to different people because I was so fucking out of control.
Yes, you were.
Woo.
And that's almost been a year already.
I know, isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I thought last week's show was stellar. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to the Spreaker podcast, which, by the way, we're about ready to cross the 130,000 download mark.
Is that all?
Is that all?
Is that it?
Not bad for a year and a month.
Dude, what is it with the show that we're all of a sudden gaining ground in a lot of different... It seems like every medium we're on now is starting to really pick up. Have you noticed that?
I do, but I think it's because there's nothing else out there. I think, and I'm just was looking around, and because I was thinking about that, because when it got to the point when the internet was so easily accessible and people could upload shows and do different things, everybody wanted to get in on the act. Mm-hmm. But now everybody sort of slowly peeled away and died off and never to be heard again. And now only the cream has risen to the top.
Right. Well,
and that's where it's at.
I mean, I'm just looking at a couple of things. And speaking of that, you know who went away? Just as a sidebar, I noticed this week.
Who's that?
Our first affiliate finally closed.
Oh, Stickman?
Stickman Radio.
Oh, yeah. I saw their little tombstone. It just put the date up there, the beginning and the date.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that Stickman Radio went under.
Yeah, they went under about 6 months ago.
Yeah, I did not know.
Yeah.
I was surprised because they always had good listenership.
Sure, they did. But it does take a certain amount of dedication to run an online station, I guess.
It does. It definitely does. And boy, talk about somebody that had problems constantly with us. Remember how nervous that guy was about our show?
He was always nervous.
He was like, "Oh my God, what are you guys saying? I'm gonna have to cut this off and go to mute." Go ahead. Whatever.
Remember he used to play our replays on a Monday morning, and then he moved it to the evening because people can't listen to this in their office.
Yeah, no, it's too bad. It's too horrible.
You guys, I got to move this to a later time in the evening because this is just too offensive. I'm losing listeners.
Yeah, how's 2 a.m. for you?
Right. So funny. And then of course. Chris over there at Hard Rock and 80s was always a big supporter, no matter how many times people bitched on the board that, oh, those guys, they said this and I hate them. And, he never backed down.
No, he never did. Chris V is a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
And then Pure Rockin', what is it? Pure Rockin' 80s, is it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're out of Canada. They're still out there.
Yeah, they're still out there. Mega Rock is still out there in some form. There's a few of them that are still out there, but most of them have gone away.
Sure. Well, anyway, we like the outlets of, obviously the iTunes and the Spreaker being so our favorite because of the ease of being able to listen to it. I just can't explain to people, unless you've done it, how easy it is to use that Spreaker on your phone.
Oh, I know. It's super, super easy. And, we've, and you know this, from the last couple of weeks, we've had a couple offers to move our podcast to other places. And I'm just really not wanting to do it. I'm comfortable with where we're at. And, I mean, maybe we get some better exposure at some other places, but I'm comfortable where we are. It's so easy. And the fact that just putting the shit up on the Spreaker feeds everything else, feeds YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and all that shit all at once. That's tough to beat, man.
Sure.
It saves me oodles and oodles of time. I literally could put the podcast up in an hour now, and it does it, and it puts it everywhere. It's fucking great.
Wow. Twister girl.
What'd she say?
This girl, talk about a girl with a sense of humor.
What'd she say?
Shit. I'm stuck here in Melbourne, Arkansas in a hotel room with a girl that no man wants. It's a dry county, so I can't even go looking for dick in a bar if I wanted to.
Oh.
I can't get the CMS show, so let's see. So I might as well die.
Give her a call. Give her a call.
Think I should call her?
Yes.
Think I should?
Yes.
Let me see if she'll answer the phone.
Just dial.
I will. I got to get her number. I got to grab her number. Wow. That's pretty silly.
Yeah, I need to speak to her about this immediately.
Yeah. That surprised me when I saw that. I was just like, whoa, really? It's like, here, let me see here. Got to get her number.
It's a tornado.
Yeah. Let me see here. All right.
No, Diamond Ryan, she does not want Chris Aikendick. Wrong member of the show.
Let me see. Trying to.
Hello, Twister Girl. And there's dead air.
It's because I'm dialing.
Oh.
All right. See if she answers.
All right.
Hello?
Twister Girl.
What?
You're on the air live with Chris and I.
Hello.
Nice. Hi.
Is this cool?
Sure.
Well, what are you doing?
I am watching it rain.
How's that going for you?
Well, it's going.
So why are you in a hotel with some boring chick doing nothing?
Because it's raining.
So what? Do the bars not have roofs?
This is a dry county.
So they don't have like a Coke bar or a coffee bar or something?
I don't know.
How far is the next county?
It's too far.
What do you mean it's too far?
It's too far. I don't even... It's just too far.
All right, so let's say that for argument that there was a bar that was open somewhere. What would you guys be doing in the bar?
Drinking.
Would you be looking for guys?
Well, yeah.
Would you be banging them?
No.
No.
No. I think I'd just be looking for a free drink.
Well,
well, there's an honest girl for you.
So you're okay with I'm always curious about this with chicks. So you're okay with taking free drinks, knowing that the guys are just trying to bang you, and just basically lying to them to get free drinks.
Oh, no, I tell them straight up.
You tell them what? I'm not going to fuck you, but I'll drink your drink?
Sure.
How does that conversation go exactly?
They buy me a drink.
Or I won't let you stare at my tits?
Yeah.
What? I mean, what?
It usually just goes, sure, I'll let you buy me a drink. I'm not sleeping with you, but I'll let you buy me a drink.
So let's just say I walked up to you.
Sure.
So let's just say I walked up to you in the bar and I said, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" First thing you're going to say is, "I'll let you buy me a drink, but you don't get any of this poo-ha."
Well, first of all, if you walked up to me and said, "Hey, baby," I ain't going to talk to you at all.
So really, it's a no pink for drink zone.
It's what?
It's a no pink for drinks zone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So when is the last time that you just literally hooked up with some dude that you'd never met and one nighted him?
Honestly?
Yeah.
I think I was 24, 25.
All right, so last year. So last year you did that?
No.
No? You look like you're about 25, 26.
That's been about 20 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realize you were that old.
I'm 47.
I had no idea. You look a lot younger than 47, and I'm not even bullshitting you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, can I get some?
Come on down.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
I don't even have to buy a drink.
Well, that's because you're a big radio star.
Oh, is that it?
No.
No. So what are you looking for in a dude? Tell me what you're looking for other than somebody to buy you drinks.
Oh, honesty.
Okay. So if a guy comes up to you and says, "Man, I really want to just bang you," that's pretty honest.
Well, yeah. Well.
So is that appealing?
About that. No, not really. Gentlemanly.
Gentlemanly? I'd like to make love to you passionately.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I'm moving to fucking Oklahoma. If all I got to do is fucking fake it, it's all good.
Fake it?
Oh, yeah. Look, I got news for you. All of that romantic horse shit that girls want so badly, we only fake it for the puss. Every time.
Oh,
Every guy. Every
I'm
guy.
glad there's guys out there that fake it.
Every guy. If you've ever had flower petals or whatever on a bed or came home to candles
Never
or whatever, just trying to get some
Never
ass.
Yeah, I never had any of that.
No. What's the most romantic thing anybody ever did for you that was like a surprise?
Hang on, give me a minute.
Made a big impression, I can tell.
Yeah, it was real important.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nobody's ever done anything romantic for you.
No.
What about like a Valentine's Day or anything?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Well, it is Oklahoma after all.
Nobody took you and, romantically pushed a cow over or something for you?
Nope.
No.
Didn't give you a ride in the back of a brand new pickup or anything like that?
Nope.
Nobody ever came up to you and said, "I'm your cowboy and you could be my reverse cowgirl"?
Nope.
No?
No.
I would do that with you. I would definitely let you be my reverse cowgirl.
Well, thank you. That is a compliment.
Oh, it's a compliment, all right. So seriously, what are you going to do for the rest of the night? Stare out the window and hope for bigger raindrops for some excitement? What?
Oh, yeah. Probably wait for some of those other jet boat people to come in.
And when they come in, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Depends on what they want to do.
What if it's still raining?
Well, it's supposed to rain all evening, all night.
So that means that, look, like any good girl, you just go out there and get wet.
Yeah, dance in the rain.
Right. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I'm sure you
And
did.
if there wasn't so many people here, you might have to just dance in the rain naked, right?
Well, you might have to anyway.
No, you didn't get caught cold on me.
Have you ever been at one of those parties where, like, the stripper guy comes out and then, like, the girls, like, just take turns blowing the stripper guy?
No. As a matter of fact, last time I saw any strippers, it was those Chippendale guys?
Yeah.
And the girl that I had gone with had said something about it being my birthday. So, of course, they want to come over there and put their stuff in my face.
Right.
I just think that's gross. That's
What?
just gross.
Why is that gross?
Because it's just gross. Every other girls have their stuff on their stuff.
There's stuff on their stuff.
On their stuff. But do you
Yes.
think he didn't wipe it off first, or what?
No, he didn't. I mean, he's right there, and he's going down the line, rubbing against every other girl.
All right, so what happens? Okay, so what is it? Explain what he's doing. Is he Is he like getting a Woody by rubbing on rubbing his cock on like their chin or what?
Oh, I don't think so. I think he's just like, you know, dry humping them or something.
All right.
Yeah.
So right about now, what is your friend that's in the room thinking that you're fucking talking about?
That I'm a nut. I'm an absolute nut.
So are you not able to listen to the show tonight?
No, I can't.
Why?
I don't know. Because I think their Wi-Fi sucks.
Hmm.
So I can't connect.
Well, that's no good.
In more ways than
No.
one, right?
Exactly. Guys are so funny.
Yes, we are. We're funny.
Have you thought about just having a lesbian experience with your friend over there?
Absolutely not.
Why?
No.
Why? Dust in the pussy?
Probably. Amongst other things.
Jesus.
Among other things.
Among other things, what do you think is in there? Crabs?
Not mine.
Not mine. I'm pristine.
That's exactly right.
Wow.
Good Lord.
All right, Twister
Gold.
Girl. I'm sorry you can't hear the show tonight.
Me too. Me too.
Well, have fun watching the rain.
I will. Yeah.
Maybe go
sure.
down on Lorraine. How's that?
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, you guys have a good time tonight.
Well, we will, and I'm going to play a song for you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wish I could hear it.
I'm going to play Bon Jovi from the Keep the Faith, Dry County.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, have fun
All
doing.
right.
Have fun doing nothing.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
And there she goes.
There she goes.
Yep.